Good Friday, everyone. Thanks for stopping by Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, providing superior forecasting for the northern mid-Atlantic region 24 hours a day. And this is the weekend and daily video forecast discussion for Friday, the 6th of June, 2014. This is a beautiful picture this morning for a surface chart anyway. Light northwesterly winds and beautiful skies. Mostly sunny across the region at sunrise this morning. A few mid-level clouds across the region scattered about. Beautiful temperatures, mid-50s to lower 60s across the region, and the dew points are coming down into the comfortable range. They're now ranging in the upper 40s to the low 50s, and that's much more comfortable air than we've seen over the last couple of days, and it's a good way to enter a gorgeous weekend on tap. Another beautiful view this morning with mostly sunny skies, mostly clear skies across the region as the visible satellite passes through. A couple of mid-level clouds across the region. High pressure begins to settle in across the region this morning. Lots of dry air in the mid and upper levels of the atmosphere, and this is leading to downsloping, and the downsloping leads to compression, and the compression leads to drying, and that's why we have so much blue sky out there this morning and absolutely nothing going on the radar. This is our upper low now, spinning out into Canada, Atlantic Canada, and away from our forecast region with high pressure in control. Morning surface analysis from weatherroanoke.com and digital atmosphere software shows the high pressure ridge now building at the center across the Great Lakes and ridging into the northern and mid-Atlantic coast states. Here's our low pressure center departing, and this is leaving us with a light north to northwesterly flow. This will begin to exit. The high will begin to influence our weather during the next couple of days with beautiful weekend conditions and albeit a summer-like warm feel to it with an increase in humidity by later Sunday as this frontal boundary begins to approach the region again as a warm front sets up. But until then, just beautiful blue skies and nice weather. Grasses are the predominant pollen in the air right now as we're heading into the middle parts of June. Well, the trees have blossomed already and pollen has been dispersed from that. We've got medium to high range side Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, moderate to low side on Monday and Tuesday with more precipitation. And the relief in pollen levels is caused by the lack of strong winds, but however, the quantity of pollen grains in the air for Saturday will still be falling in the moderate range. And it's a beautiful weekend on the weather deck. This morning and also through the weekend, clear scattered clouds near 5,000 feet becoming patchy and broken at about 6,000 feet during this afternoon. A northwest wind gust of 15 to 20 knots into the early afternoon. VFR, few scattered clouds around 7,000 feet during this evening, then becoming clear, light northwest wind. Saturday, VFR, northwest wind 5 to 10 knots, southwest in the afternoon. Sea breeze anticipated to develop in the afternoon, which would turn the winds locally more to the southeast at Atlantic City and Millville, perhaps Wilmington, Delaware as well. Sunday, VFR overall, there's a chance for a shower or thunderstorm at night. Otherwise, southwest winds at around 10 knots with a sea breeze in the afternoon. Monday and Tuesday, some showers and thunderstorms should be around. Therefore, times of MVFR and IFR conditions are possible. Right now, outside of Newark, New Jersey, it's 63, dew point 49, humidity 60%, wind is northwest 16, gust to 22, visibility 10. A few scattered clouds around at 7 and 25,000 feet. VFR conditions today. Outside of Philadelphia, also scattered clouds at 28,000, a few at 20,000, 65 degrees. Humidity 56%, dew point 49 degrees. The wind is out of the northwest at 10. VFR conditions. There's really no land or watches or warnings and advisories to be in effect for today, and that's good news. We'll move right along to the Penn State EWOL site's NAM-WRF composite reflectivity forecast, and this is pretty simple too. Basically sunny skies, a few scattered to broken clouds across the region into the weekend. We see a return more to a southwesterly flow with an increase in mid and upper level cloud cover during Sunday afternoon, but absolutely no precipitation around. Temperatures both today, tomorrow, and Sunday getting into the low and mid 80s. Inland differential heating right along the immediate coast, causing sea breezes to develop, keeping temperatures cooler in the afternoon with an onshore flow. GFS maps into motion, high pressure across the region lasting right through the weekend into Sunday and Monday. And this is beautiful weather either side of 80 inland and a little bit cooler along the immediate coast with onshore winds and sea breeze develop in the afternoon. Monday, we get into more cloud cover scattered around the region. There's a 30 to 40% chance of scattered showers and or thunderstorms each day, probably beginning on Tuesday right through Thursday as shortwave energy rides over the top of the blocking ridge here in the northern Atlantic and sends impulses one after another through the region with a forecast that's unsettled but generally on the seasonal side. The UVI index today is 8, and that corresponds to very high levels. You can get damage to your skin with burning from ultraviolet radiation beginning within 15 minutes on exposed skin that does not have any kind of sun protection, so do be careful out there. Going to the beach this weekend. Right now, today, sunny, high around 70, and the winds will be out of the northwest at around 10. Seas will be around 3 feet. That's good. Southeast swell at around 3 feet. Water surf temperatures between 60 and 65 degrees throughout the region. The ultraviolet index, as I mentioned, is 8, which is high. There is a low threat of rip currents today. However, strong currents can occur near piers and jetties. Rip currents are possible elsewhere, especially during the lower portion of the tide cycle. Swim in areas where lifeguards are present, and absolutely do not swim alone. Tide information at Atlantic City. The next high tide will be, or already occurred, the next high tide will be at 2:52 this afternoon. And the latest on the tropics, showers and thunderstorms associated with low pressure over the southwestern Bay of Campeche has changed little in the organization overnight, although upper-level winds are expected to remain unfavorable for significant development. An Air Force reconnaissance aircraft is still scheduled to investigate the system during this afternoon, and if necessary, regardless of tropical cyclone formation. This disturbance could produce heavy rains along with life-threatening flash floods and mudslides over portions of southeastern and eastern Mexico during the next few days. So have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Be safe out there, and we'll see you bright and early with video forecast discussion on Monday. Enjoy the weekend, everyone. For Garden State Weather and GardenStateWeather.blogspot.com, I'm forecaster Robert Smith.